story time. Today I'm going to tell you 2 stories about Yakuza. Things that happened to me, things I've experienced with the Yakuza. I don't know if any mafia or gangs have a good reputation, but I wanted to tell a good story, a positive experience and a negative experience that I had with the Yakuza. So let's start with the bad and end on a good note. Let's see. Okay, so my not so fun experience with the Yakuza. I was around, I think, 18 years old. I was living in a sort of dodgy part of town in Tokyo. I was an angsty 18-year-old at the time, and sort of dressed like a punk. I'm sure that didn't help. And I happened to, have a big silver chain, wearing a tank top and some baggy shorts. I think I thought I was a gangster or something, Of course I wasn't. I wasn't into anything like that. And, the walk to the movie store is like, what? Maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes max. And so I'm just walking along, and I happen to, as I get very close, almost right across from the video shop, I see 3 guys loading something into the back of a car. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a deal going down. Maybe they probably didn't want me seeing it. The 3 Yakuza guys putting something in the car. And I was tired. I was angsty. And when I'm tired, I look angry. So they probably saw me glance their way and look away. And cool bike. So they probably saw me look at them, glance at them in kind of this, I don't know, whatever. For me, I was just looking around. I was just tired. Wanted to get home quick. But they probably took it as a kind of a threatening look. And they probably didn't want me looking at whatever they had going on there. So they pulled me over. Hey, come over here. They pulled me over to a little parking lot on the side. What are you looking at? Who are you looking at? Like, nothing, Just trying to return a movie, What did you see? I didn't see nothing. I didn't see anything, man. Take it easy. So these 2 older kind of mafia, obviously senior mafia guys, and then one kind of chimpira, what they call chimpira here in Japan. It's kind of a punk guy, just their little lackey. So the 2 older guys kind of held me, or the little guy, had me rough me up, a bit. Yeah, it wasn't anything too bad, just got a bloody lip, tore my shirt, ripped off my chain, and stuff like that. So, and I was, of course, the first time for me to experience something like this. Thankfully Japan is quite safe generally, and I'd never gotten beaten up, I've never gotten robbed, I've never gotten anything, but that's my kind of one experience where I kind of got roughed up. It really wasn't bad, nothing permanent damage. I was a little shaken up by it. Once they realized, hey, this guy really doesn't know anything, maybe he looks, he's just trying to return his movie. I had this bag in my hand, a little plastic bag with the movie. Like, hey, I'm just trying to return the movie, guys, and they finally let me go. I get angry at that kind of stuff. I'm not a pushover generally, and let's rephrase that. I'm not a pushover. I won't take that kind of stuff lying down. Especially at that age, I was pretty angry. But I would have, I don't know why I didn't fight back, but it's a good thing I didn't. Yeah, part of me, at that time, I look back and like, God, I should have hit back. I should have punched back. I could have taken that little punk down and those 2 other guys, and for a while I was really angry, and I carried a pair of nunchucks in my baggy pants. I was out at night looking for them. Man, if I see them, I'm gonna open a can of whoop ass on him. Yeah, you don't want to look at Yakuza in a menacing way or kind of in a threatening way. If you look at them kind of in a challenging way, they will, you know, they'll come at you. Because they gotta act big, they gotta talk big, they gotta do their thing. But my next story, I want to tell you about a good experience I had with them and some very positive things I've seen. And you know, Yakuza, just like everybody else, you know, they're just people. They're trying to make things work. So this is sort of to balance out my first story. And if you've been in Japan, you kind of know this too, I think. The mafia aren't all bad. Not all mafia are bad. Not all mafia are equal. And there are good people who just happen to be mafia, who just happen to be Yakuza, who kind of fell into that crowd maybe, or who were sort of forced into it. I don't know their whole backstory. Okay, so straight to the story. I was 15 or 16, and I would hitchhike sometimes back and forth to visit my parents or to come to Tokyo, see my family, friends, and then go back. Yeah. And we were asking people for a ride, and we approached this van, you know, cool, this van with, like, I don't know, I think there were 2 or 3 Yakuza guys there. And in the van they said, yeah man, sure, hop on, we'll give you a ride all the way down, pretty much all the way from Tokyo to Osaka, Kobe area, almost all the way. And that's really good, because usually that's a pretty long ride. I think that's like, it's an 8-hour ride, I think. I'm not sure. It's quite a long ways. I'll put the kilometers in here once I look it up. But these guys were driving so fast. They were tailgating the tailgaters. It was amazing. Anyways, they were tailgating. They were going really fast. The guy's like, oh man, I nearly crashed into the back of that truck. I'm so sleepy. Let's pull over for a break. So he speeds into this speeds into a service area or rest area and comes to a stop. And I'm gonna take a short nap. Here's $100. Go and get yourself some food and stuff and come back and I'll take you the rest of the way. For us, we were like, whoa, these guys are awesome. They're taking us all the way from Tokyo to Kobe. Super nice guys. And they're giving us $100 to just go and get some snacks and, you know, while they're taking a nap. I don't know. Anyways, there are very, very generous people out there who happen to be Yakuza. And what you'll see often, if in a situation, in a disaster situation, like in Kobe after the earthquake, I remember seeing it. And I think also after the tsunami, a lot of people, the Yakuza, mobilized to help the local community as best as they could. They had soup lines going and paying out of their own pocket. They were right on the ground level, so they could, you know, set up shop and do stuff quite quickly. They had their networks, and they were helping people right from the get-go. Anyways, that's sort of my experience with the Yakuza. If you are interested in knowing about a bit more about Yakuza and stuff, there's this interesting book called Tokyo Vice by Jake Adelstein or something like that. He's an American, I believe an American journalist who worked for the Yomiuri Shimbun, and he helped uncover, he worked with the police also, and not worked with the police, but he helped to uncover this kind of big story back then. And it's an interesting read. It gives you a bit more insight into the, I don't know, the whole crime scene and things like that. But anyways, that's my story, the good and the bad of the Yakuza. if you have an experience or you have an impression or something like that, leave a comment. And if you have a question, I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. I'm not like in that whole crowd, and I don't have a whole lot of experience with the Yakuza. Those are just two things, you know, that I thought might be interesting to you guys. Wow, look at that, it's really green.